Hello, how y'all doing? So the purpose of this module today is we're going to talk a little bit about AI usage, and more specifically, of course, we're going to gear it towards AI usage in this course and go over the policies about, what the expectations are, when can you use it, when should you not use it, etc. So the reason we actually kicked off with that video that you just looked at on the Microsoft Smart Home for the Future is that's a video I show in class when we have this discussion, and it's just kind of a fun way to kick off the discussion of AI because it kind of helps ground us in the idea that AI is something that's been with us for a relatively long time. In fact, the first artificial intelligence models actually go back as far as 1975. So this is really nothing new under the sun. It's just that, in the last few years, it has become much more advanced and much more prevalent. And so, again, I mainly want to talk today about not so much what AI is, because that's really beyond my expertise. That's my husband's thing, and my husband actually designs AI models, and I'm always getting an earful at home all about how wonderful AI is, and it is. There's a lot of great things that we can do because of this technology. But again, as I've mentioned before, it becomes a problem sometimes in the classroom because of unethical use and unauthorized use. So I just want to touch on quickly, what are some ways that you can use AI in the classroom, because I'm definitely not here to preach about what a horrible thing AI is and, always AI always bad and something you should never ever use. I mean, realistically, we live in a world where it's all around us and it's not going away. But definitely, in a class like this, I think using AI to brainstorm ideas, basically everything that you see on the left side of your screen here, using it to ask questions, using it to brainstorm ideas for topics, assisting with basic grammar and punctuation, although you do have to be careful if you're using Grammarly for that. All right, that's something we'll probably touch on a little bit later in the presentation. But, that's fine. I think where it gets into a little bit grayer area is when you're using AI to kind of take the place of, generating your own ideas for a paper, and certainly writing your own papers. Obviously you can use it to design presentations, use it for outlining. There will be a lot of times in this class that, it'll be perfectly okay to use ChatGPT or some other form of AI, some other model for whatever we might be doing in the class. Basically, what it comes down to is everything on this other column over here is what you want to avoid, okay? You definitely should not use AI to write your papers for you. Why? Because the objective of this class is that we've got to help you learn to be a self-sufficient writer. And part of our objective is to make you better critical thinkers, okay? And you're not going to become a critical thinker if you're getting a computer to do all your thinking for you. If you're taking an exam for a course, you should not be using AI to generate responses for your exam answers, unless your instructor has authorized that. You definitely should not use it ever to replace your own voice, words, and ideas. And one of the main things I want to talk to y'all about is the importance of voice, your human voice. And yes, your writing has voice. Your writing is simply an extension of your voice. Therefore, why would you want to use a computer or a robot to generate your voice for you? That's the one thing that is uniquely you, okay? And AI writing will never be as good as your own voice. In fact, I want to tell y'all a little something here. AI writing is actually pretty darn poor writing. It's garbage for the most part. And it's definitely not what your professors want from you. It's definitely not what I want from you. And another thing that is problematic, you cannot pass off AI generated text as your own words and ideas, because once you do that, you've crossed that boundary into plagiarism. And AI, now let's say if you do use AI to assist with your paper in any way, it's just like with any other source. Okay, so what does that mean for you? It means you got to document it. You got to cite it. All right, because technically that is a source that you have used to help write your paper. And I'm not going to say you're off the hook. If you copy and paste verbatim everything that ChatGPT or some other model is giving you, and then you just stick a citation at the end of it, that doesn't get you off the hook. But it might help a little, okay? But what I'm saying is, even if let's say you used AI to help you with a small passage of that essay, that small passage still has to be cited, okay? So, yeah, I mean, if you do the proper documentation, and you're using it judiciously, you can probably get away with it to an extent. But, we definitely want to avoid unauthorized use of AI. Definitely, you should not be using it to, copy and paste your entire paper or to write your entire paper for you. All right, I'm a little concerned that this video is going to run out of time for me, so I'm going to go ahead and close out this video and get it uploaded, and then I'm going to create another video where I'm going to delve a little bit more into why AI has become a problem in classes like this, and I'll show you one of my grading rubrics for one of my composition classes to give you an idea of how I plan to deal with unauthorized use of AI. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.